I can't believe I just did this. You know, it's like I'm a technical moron sometimes, I guess. I I try to tape some music by Elton John, because he touches my heart with his songs and the words that he writes and the music he writes. And he wrote the song, or actually the lyrics for Princess Diana when she passed away. And I identified a lot with her, and I told you a whole lot of stuff here that now I'm missing, and maybe it wasn't meant for you. Maybe it was just meant to get me warmed up, because now I'm a little bit more focused on who I'm trying to reach, which is Daimler, because Princess Diana died in a Daimler, and I wonder, I've never heard you speak about that, and of course it was some. Many people buy your car, so why would you be responsible for anything like that? And I still feel that it would be nice to share your feelings about how you feel about her dying in one of the cars that you produced. And I also believe that now that I shared all this other stuff, not with you, we have royalty here in Europe, and there's no royalty in America. That is actually what America cut the ties off. And there's a different kind of royalty. Their royalty is money. Here, royalty is money as well. And so there's people in that realm. Where children they're born. And just like my princess and my prince, these children, they don't know what they're facing, and I see so much pain in the princes, the kings, the princesses, and the queens, showing what, I mean, this is 2015. This is not like 1500 something, where maybe there was a reason to have something like that, in place. I have no idea. I just know that there's a lot of wealth attached to this, a lot of money attached to this, and what for? I mean, we have a political system, and I'll be honest with you. We need to review all of it, because we have so many little, so many places and so many little communities, and they all want to be in control, all of them. So now with all that like luring for power, money is power, and if you don't have any money, you're nobody. And we are all human beings. And how do you actually feel having so much money? Like there's Prince William, and there's Prince Harry, and how do you feel? Like there's two, and the first one is already chosen. He's going to be the king. So how does the next one feel? He's not going to have that chance. And we created a system of where jealousy is a natural feeling that we need to deal with, and yet the system gets the jealousy out of us, and then we get taught to not feel that jealousy. Well, if you don't feel one feeling, you don't feel any of them. Okay, that's the news. So we need to deal with all of them, and have then the love come out, and you would not believe what that feels like. It's just amazing. And I've shared a lot of little stories with people, and the reaction that I get, oh, I'm doing that already, and I'm doing that already. Well, I'm here to show you, give you the little stories, and yet also to pull you back and say, look once at the whole picture. And so if you're doing this already, I'm doing this already, right? Well, I can tell you one thing. As soon as you don't need to say that anymore, that's when you're doing it, not before. So as long as you're saying, I'm doing this already, you're not doing it. I can tell you this 100%, because I've been through that. And I actually worked with a man from Russia who was Jewish and then converted to be a Mormon. Now, we have all these religions, and so like it's also groups. If you're not in there anymore, you lose all your friends. That can't possibly be it, like this is not what the thing wants. And we have the science and the quantum theory that says we are all one. Well, great, now we have a science that proves we're all one. And how are we all one? When we have so many different religions and systems, and don't tell me we have a world system. We don't, I mean, you try to be a doctor in America when you studied in Germany, you have to take another test. So we don't have a world system. We do need one for everything, and we need to let go. So, I see Europe struggling to be one. When I left Germany in 1978 and arrived in America, there was no Germany, there was just Europe. And of course, Germany to them, we tend to, take what we know and then apply that to the next person or to the next country. So, America, of course, did something that, in reverse, sort of like what we're still working for. We were that already in 1978 for the Americans, because when I said I'm German, oh, you're European, So, wow, how cool is that? So, actually I learned in America, the 25 years I was there, to see all Europe as Europe, and so Germany was a state, so to speak. And I believe we need, smaller things like this, to be able to function, and yet we need one big thing, as a guideline, and then we need smaller things, below that. And for that I met my old school friend Fritz Grobin, and Fritz actually, which I didn't know when I went to school with him. It was like puppy love, when we went to school, he came to our class, and we had a couple of people that came later. So, being left out in my family, I felt so bad for them that I said, well, they knew they probably feel left out. I make them feel welcome. And my teacher said I'm an instigator, because I went to them and, I tried to make them feel good. So, how crazy is that? Well, Fritz was like really cute. And so, I started tickling him all the time. And, I felt so bad for so long about that, because he hated that. And so, 47 years later, I see him on TV, and I write an email to him. And I said, I saw you on TV, and, how shall we meet or something? And he invited me, immediately. And so, we met, and he didn't really remember me. But I think he does. We met a couple of times, and he's so open, and he's the president of the Bremen Cotton Exchange, and so they have like something that I would suggest for every industry, which is like, if there's a dispute in the world in that industry, there's one central place where that is being discussed and and resolved. And it would be so much better than having a court judge who has no idea about the industry, just has his law book there and says, oh, okay, you say this, you say that, all right, in this book it says that. Well, how can justice ever be done if it's like that? And that is like an interim solution, because if we begin to apply all of this, we will be able to settle disputes amongst one another, and that is down the road. This is the goal. So I guess we need to set smaller goals to get there. This would be my suggestion, and of course to put it into place, it's the politicians running this now, and now I'm here. Nobody knows me. I know that I'm known here in Bremen, because I contacted a lot of people who have authority, and yet they all ignore me. Including the American government. I contacted the Social Security Administration, and I contacted the White House, saying that I have something to offer, and to resolve all the issues that you have. And of course it will take a lot of you, to say, we'll try this. Because I know you have all your rules and regulations, and if they're not met, then we can't get anywhere. And yet, look at it. We have so many wars going on out there, and it is really these people that are all coming to us now, and you know, you're trying to teach us, we need to welcome them. There's no room here. There is no room. We do need to, you know, look at the big picture and have people that have the education and the knowledge from here go even into those places that are not so wonderful, you know, and you know, to be quite honest, you know, I was, when I grew up here, Bremen was prettier than it is right now. It's not that wonderful anymore, you know. It's deteriorating because there's no money here in this town, you know, to fix a lot of things. So, you know, you say that we need a war to build things up. Well, we have all these wars now, and I think we have enough destruction that we can build a lot of things up. So all we need to do is open our hearts and actually get started. And I guess this is a shorter clip because this is all I know. There's one more thing I need to say, you know, because I met this woman today that I worked with in the mental industry, and you know, she is actually she is a coach for something that is where there's yet another education, you know, here in Bremen and in other places, you know, where people who have the experience with mental illness to treat others who have acute, you know, issues. And this woman, you know, I spoke with her and I said, do you remember me? And okay. I said, well, you know, are you not allowed to speak with me? Because, you know, I had issues with these people as well. And no, I'm just, you know, I'm just so confused. And I feel like, all right, now this is a coach coaching people with mental issues. You know, please, you know, get a hold of yourself. Now, whatever they taught, you know, I know that. Thank you. You know, you brought me in places, so I see what's being done. Whatever they taught, I did in the hospital, and noticed that, you know, there was staff there, you know, that saw me, and of course they have their own agenda and their own rules and their own jobs that they need to protect. So, you know, they just pretended like it didn't happen. So I know that whatever they're coaching over there in the hospitals, they don't want it, and that's exactly where these people are supposed to go. So what good is this? What good is this? You know, you have people busy in an education out of your statistics, and you think you're doing a wonderful job. You go on your microphone on TV. Oh yeah, you know, unemployment is going down. Ha ha! You're lying to yourselves. You know, you politicians. And I'm not here to attack you. I'm here to, you know, guide you, and not me. I'm being guided from up there. And or wherever this thing is, I don't know, because, you know, I feel it inside of me, and 95% of the population on Earth is, you know, aware of a higher power out there, and I know that the 95% they follow that. So, you know, you have a system in place, you're protecting this. Well, there are people that are not in that system, they're not allowed to be part of that, and they're out there, you know, in the wars, and they're trying to get in. And guess who's doing that? I believe that they follow Allah or whatever they call that. And I believe that it's detrimental if we continue following those holy words, because they're just words written in a book 2,000 years ago. Who needs this today? There's no washing machine in there, there's no car in there, there's no internet in there. You know, this is how the thing speaks to us. And I believe I shared this already, and I can only repeat, because that's how we learn, by saying that I'm here to give this to you, and you tell me, you know, how this is possible, because well, this is also your slogan. It's the best or nothing. Well, it's the thing through me or nothing, sir. All right, thank you.